Why hello, we are going to do something very fun and special today. I asked you guys on Twitter, what is your favorite anime, or what is an anime you hate, because I wanted to spice it up a bit, and here's what I'm doing because I didn't actually say. I'm going to be tier ranking your favorite anime, and because I thought, hey, you guys have such good taste, I also wanted to know what's an anime you hate, because we all have different opinions. Maybe I might like the anime you hate, and maybe I might hate the anime you like. Keep in mind, this is all just for fun. Even if I roast you, it's just for fun. I don't think it's right to bash people for what they do or don't like. But before we get started, I think there's something missing. Okay, now we can begin. So as you can see here, the list I've made from bottom to top is haven't watched, bad, good, great, and top tier. And top tier is purple because that is the color of top tier things. And thank you everyone for submitting. First pick here is A Silent Voice, and the person who submitted this has taste because this is my favorite animated movie ever, and it's a 10 out of 10 for me, so I'll have to put it at top tier. Next up here is Attack on Titan. This was submitted as something a person hated, and I'm not gonna blame you for that, although I really like Attack on Titan. The first season, if that's where you stopped, I don't know, is not as strong in my opinion as all the other ones. I actually dropped the first season of Attack on Titan the first time I watched it, and the second time I watched it I loved it. I think the main thing I remember disliking was the main character Eren, how all he did was yell. It's such a well-constructed series, and I'm gonna be sad when it ends. So I'm gonna put it at great. So, the next one is One Piece, and you may be thinking, oh yeah, that's so easy. If you're a person of taste like me, you'd be thinking, come on, top tier. Yeah, I agree. One Piece is my favorite series of all time, but would you believe that the person who submitted this said they hated One Piece? Someone really jumped into my replies and said, oh yeah, I like this show, but I hate One Piece. You really said that to me. And he also told me, say my name. So Jay Shuleta, if that's how you say your username. I thought we had something. I thought we were friends. But you know what I said earlier about like people on Twitter having good taste? Yeah, I take that back. No. I've said this before, I think, is that the only people who don't like One Piece are the people who haven't seen or read it. But you saw it and you still dislike it? I have a really hard time grasping that. Maybe I'm overreacting, and no hate, absolutely no hate, but I am going to roast you. A show you said you liked. These are the shows: Code Geass, Dragon Ball, Naruto, Full Metal Panic, and Nighttime Nurses. I'm not even gonna get into that last one. Code Geass, I'm gonna talk about it. Naruto, I'm gonna talk about it. Full Metal Panic, I'm gonna talk about it in this video. And all those shows, I'm not gonna say that they're bad shows, but you really watch those, and you thinking, oh yeah, those are good. One Piece? No, trash. One Piece is a master show with world building and characters. I'm going to go ahead and say your taste is wrong. One Piece is top tier. Next up, Code Geass. So this is somebody's favorite. Quite a few people said this is their favorite, and it used to be my favorite anime too. Back before I watched One Piece. We're not gonna get back into that. But Code Geass is a good show, and I like it, and it is the one mecha show I actually really liked because of the characters, their motivations, how it gets into these political and racial things, and I love that. I think that the second half went down in quality just a little bit, so I'm not gonna say Code Geass is perfect, but you guys have a really good reason for liking it. I'm gonna put it at oh man, because of the first half, I think I'm gonna put it in great. It's a good show. Hootendao said Dead Man Wonderland is not his favorite, but it's one that he liked enough to buy the DVDs for, and I respect that. But I remember really hating this show. The main character does nothing but whine and cry, and then the other girl is like the girl with the white hair is kind of the only interesting character to me, but you never learn anything about her, you never learn anything, and I hate to put it this low on the tier list, but I'm gonna put it at bad because this is about what I think, and my opinion is the only one that matters. Someone's favorite show is Your Lie in April, and I can definitely see why. Your Lie in April is about this boy who is a classical pianist. He was forced to be a pianist, and after his mother died, from the trauma of what his mother put him through and what he associates with the piano, he can no longer hear the piano when he plays it, and then he meets this girl who plays the violin. And I recommend it to anyone who hasn't seen it because I think it's really good. I wouldn't put it at top tier because although it is one of my favorite romances, it's great, but I didn't think, oh, that's a 10 out of 10. I want to rewatch it as soon as I finish it. I just thought it was great, so I'm gonna put it there. Next is Paprika, the movie, and this was submitted as something a person hates, and yeah, I also hate Paprika. I watched the whole thing, and it's cool to look at, but I get what they're going for. It's almost like Inception, how it's supposed to be trippy because everything's about dreams, but it made me so uncomfortable. I think the animation is good, but the story is weird. The characters aren't exactly likable because you don't get to know them. I was just confused the whole time, so I'm gonna put Paprika at bad. Parasite, another one I watched a long time ago, and I have rewatched this show. And the second time I rewatched it, I dropped it because it was not as good as I remember. Now the premise, the start of the show is the strongest part of it. The way the main character changes is also really interesting. And I don't know what I disliked about the show, but yeah, I think it's a good show, so I'm gonna put it there. It's just not my thing. I wouldn't watch it again. And Cowboy Bebop, somebody's favorite, a lot of people's favorite, and it's also one of my favorites. It's a great show. I haven't seen it in a long time. I really want to rewatch it. I'm putting it right here at top tier. Death Note, legendary. It's something you just recommend to first-time anime watchers. It's just a really good show, so I'm gonna put it at top tier. That's a pretty easy one. Now, Evangelion. One person said they hated this, another person said they loved it, and I am on the hate side of that. So let me explain. I'm really sorry. I think Evangelion is really boring, and maybe it's because I just don't like mecha shows, with Code Geass being the exception, or maybe it's because the main characters are so annoying and whiny. Bad? No. I'll put it at good because I want to be fair. Jojo's Bizarre Adventure, another top pick. The first season definitely put me off a little bit at first, but it does pick up like people say. If we're talking about the whole franchise, I guess I'll say great. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, another modern classic, something you just recommend to people. The story, I think you all know, it's one of the most popular anime ever. Should I put it at top tier or great? I think I'm gonna put it at great because it's not in my favorites. Next up, we have Haikyuu, and I love sports shows, but I haven't got around to watching this. It's just that whole thing with, oh yeah, I'll watch it, and then season after season after season, you get caught up with other stuff. Full Metal Panic. This show I haven't seen. I've seen clips of it, and apparently it's like this comedy series, but also some action. Alright, this next one, Lunar Legend Tsukihime, if I'm saying that right. Someone said they hated the show. Apparently it's an adaptation of a visual novel that just went horribly wrong. Haven't seen it, can't say anything about it. And Naruto. I knew this day would come. I was dreading it. I was dreading the day. But it's here, and I don't like Naruto. I watched it, and then I just skipped, and I don't like it. But that was, I think, 4 years ago. If you want me to make some kind of video where I read it or watch it again, give it a second chance, go ahead. But I stand strong. I don't at all think it's a bad show. I've seen clips, the fighting's pretty cool, and I like shonen. I think I just disliked it because of the characters and how boring and annoying they are, to me. Assassination Classroom. This is one I watched early on, and I really liked this show. Haven't watched it in a while, might revisit it. I think it's just good. I'm not gonna put it in great, because I don't trust the past me's opinion that much. Mob Psycho 100, really, really good show. And I'm debating whether to put it in top tier or great. Yeah, after season 2, I think I'm gonna put it in top tier. A show someone said they hate is Strike the Blood. It's apparently like this really generic show about vampires and schoolgirls and stuff, and yeah, that's just the kind of show I avoid all the time. Haven't watched it, but I believe you that it's bad. This next one is called Overflow. It's a recent show, and all you really have to do is look at the My Anime List page and you know exactly what kind of show it is. Someone submitted this as their favorite, and I'm 99% sure it was a troll, because Eddie, you are a troll. But if you're not lying, you have trash taste, I gotta say. I'm gonna put it in bad. No, I haven't watched it. Come on. I know it's bad. I don't have to watch it. I'm not going to watch it. Okay, trash taste. If you're joking, it's okay. Whatever. Thank you for submitting. I'm gonna put in haven't watched. Demon Slayer. Everybody's favorite anime, apparently. I watched it. I really, really liked this show. I gave it a 9 out of 10. And I think if you're hating on this just because it's popular, check it out. It's really well put together. I'm gonna put this at great. Is it overhyped? Yeah, kinda. Inuyasha. I had some friends who were all about this show. They would be screeching about it, and they got me into it for a little bit. When there's a show that has such a cool premise like Inuyasha, and then they go somewhere with it, and then it's like, oh no, let's just calm down for a little. Let's give you some filler episodes. Or you know what? Let's bait you. Let's bait you with a romance, okay? And let's make you think that these two characters have any chance of getting together, and then let's just wave that bait in front of your face for hundreds of episodes. I'll put it at good because of nostalgia, but I hate what they did so much. Vinland Saga. In a video, I said this was my favorite show of 2019. I still stand by that, and whoever said this is your favorite, good taste. This is a great show. I honestly can't think of any flaws. The animation, the story, the way it subverted the expectations of what a revenge story can be, and that ending, that was such a good show. Top tier in my opinion. Sword Art Online, the show everybody loves to hate. Someone said this is their favorite, I think, and then a lot of people said I hate this show. And I'm in the middle. So I know that it's the popular thing to hate Sword Art Online, and I get you because I got so tired of that show. And season 2 was the absolute worst, and then there was that one little piece, the Rosario arc, that I actually really liked. Because the thing is, once you remove Kirito, the show is actually a lot better if you think about it. And I haven't revisited, like, I haven't watched the newer stuff, like the one that came out in 2018, 2019, whatever. So I'm gonna put it at bad because I don't like it. But I think people should stop hating on it just for the sake of hating on it. Brothers Conflict. Someone said they hate this show. Yeah, I hate it too. I didn't know anything about what it was about. I just knew, oh wow, there's a girl as a main character, maybe it's for me, woo. But that was a long time ago I watched it, and turns out the brother in Brothers Conflict really means something. Violet Evergarden, yay! I said this is my favorite anime of 2018, not just because it's a Kyoto Animation show, but because it's perfect. It's beautiful. I get why people wouldn't like it, because maybe if it's episodic nature, but it has this overarching story. Yeah, this is your favorite, good job. Top tier for me. Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. A title that put me off at first, but I heard people praising this to oblivion and I watched it, and it's not that type of show that you would think. It kind of goes into like the whole tropes about, oh, I love, like, these different girls love this one guy just cuz, but actually they each have reasons, and then there's this one canon romance instead of just baiting you over and over again. And the story itself is really intriguing, and the movie, if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it, it's so good. I think more people should check this out. I'm gonna put it at great. Next up, Promare. I can't decide top tier or great. I didn't walk away from it with tears in my eyes or anything. I didn't walk away from it thinking my life has changed. So I'm just gonna say great, because it is. Fire Force. Someone said they love Fire Force. This is their favorite show. That's great. I dislike it. I went into it with high hopes because I know the author, I know that the other stuff he's done, like Soul Eater, and I thought, oh, this will be another great show, and the animation is wonderful, the action is great, but then there would be serious moments that would be ruined with comedy or with that one chick whose only purpose is to fall or to lose her clothes accidentally, or I hate her, and it sucks a lot because it could have been great. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna put it in bad. This show is called Rakugo, and everyone who's watched it has told me it's good, but I haven't watched it, so that's all I can say. Beastars, this show gets a lot of hate, and I hate that it gets a lot of hate, because if you watch it and you dislike it, fine, like no problem, that's great. But if you hate it just by looking at it and not actually watching it and forming your own opinion, then shame on you, because you're missing out on a really good drama. And if you're avoiding it because they're anthropomorphic animals, the story would make zero sense if they were human. They have to be animals. And if you're hating on it because it's 3D, this is Studio Orange and they know what they're doing. So just check it out if you haven't already. Great. I'm gonna put it at great. Tower of God, currently airing. Someone said this is a show that they hate, and I was a little bit confused at first, but if you are originally a webtoon reader, if you were reading the webtoon before the show came out, okay, they made some changes. I can actually see that. I don't know, I was not a fan of the original, so this is a new experience for me, and I'm enjoying it so far. Is it perfect? No. The main character, Bam, is pretty bland in my opinion. I'm gonna put it at good. Elfen Lied, this is somebody's favorite. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that your taste is bad. I don't believe that, but this is one of the shows that I hate a lot. In my opinion, it's overly edgy, it's really, really boring besides that, and I don't know, I just don't appreciate a lot of what's going on there, so I dropped it in the first episode, I think. And yeah, and then I've seen video essays about the rest of it and how it's deep and stuff, and okay, whatever. I'm never gonna watch it again. That's not my thing, so I'm gonna say bad, but I respect you and I respect your opinion. Fairy Tail. I watched way more of Fairy Tail than I should have, than I wish I had. I watched so much of that show, and then I eventually realized the story's going nowhere. And this Natsu guy just says, I'm all fired up now, every 3 seconds, and then friendship, and then, oh, a girl falls over, haha, funny! Sometimes it's quality, sometimes it just goes all the way down. I did enjoy the movie, the first one, but the rest of the show, I just got so tired of it. Wolf's Rain, this is someone's favorite. This is another one that I sadly have not seen yet. What's this? Okay, Diabolik Lovers. Ew, gross, ew. Bad. Yeah, don't watch it if you haven't. And if you have watched it, sorry. K-On! Don't hate on me. I think I watched the first episode, but I'm gonna say haven't watched because it was just so long ago. And I dropped it also. Yes, I dropped it because back then I was uncultured, and anything that had cute girls doing cute things, slice of life, I was like, ew, that's not worth my time. My Hero Academia. This is a lot of people's favorites, and some people hate on it. Because yes, it is overhyped, and it's popular for a reason at the same time. It's so much more than just a superhero story, and the first season is weaker than others, but season 2, I think it really peaked. Season 3 kept going up. Season 4 had its ups and downs. Yeah, don't hate on it if you haven't seen it yet. Maybe read the manga if you don't like the show. Someone said they hated Baki. They said the new one is one they hate. I've seen the old one, can't remember if I finished it or not. I think I liked it, but the new one I haven't watched, so that's where it goes. Fuka, someone said they hated this. I wholeheartedly agree with you. Every possible cliche you can think of that they would fit into 5 minutes, it's there. And the whole show, I'm sure it just gets worse, so bad. Fuka is bad. Clannad. Somebody's favorite? My favorite. One of the first anime I ever watched, and the first cartoon anime thing that made me cry a lot. Clannad is top tier in my opinion. It's just a really important, touching, nice story. Durarara. This was a lot of people's favorite, and it's not as highly rated to me as it used to be. But I really enjoyed the show, I enjoyed the manga. The only reason it's in good and not great is because some of the characters I thought to be a little bit bland. So not the story, just a few of the characters. Fruits Basket, yay! Some people said the 2001 one, and more people said the 2019 one, and I see where you're coming from, because first of all, they're actually continuing the story, and second of all, they're following the manga way better, and it's just so well done. Top tier. The Girl Who Leapt Through Time. Somebody said this is one of their favorite movies, and I would agree with you. The ending and like the twist or whatever could have been handled better, but I'm gonna put it at great because I still really like this movie and I would recommend it. It's about a girl who suddenly gets the ability to jump, literally, through time. And she abuses it, and she learns from it. Hunter x Hunter! Woo! This is a lot of people's favorites. I literally just finished watching this, and it is top tier in my opinion, and more people should watch it. Nana! This is somebody's favorite. It is about, if I remember correctly, I'm going off of memory, about two girls, two very different girls, adult girls, who have the same name and end up roommates. And it's like romance and music. I'm gonna put it at a very cautious good, because I remember liking what I saw. The Lost Village. This is a show someone said that they hate, and I haven't watched it. It sounds like basically a cool premise gone wrong, and it has such a huge cast that kind of mixes things up. One Punch Man. That's a very easy top tier right there. And I put it there for pretty obvious reasons. The animation is good, the story is good, I own the manga. Steins Gate, somebody's favorite. I can see why. That is top tier, my dude. A show someone hates is Handshakers. Yes, haven't seen it, but I can tell you with certainty that it is bad. Class President is a maid. This is a classic. This is a classic romance show. Can't remember if it's good or not. So will I put it at bad? No. I will put it at good. But keep in mind, I watched this once and I watched it a long time ago. Devil is a Part-Timer. This show, I haven't seen it, but I believe that it's good. I believe that it's underrated, and people say it was ahead of its time with its comedy and premise. Konosuba, another really funny show. I approve of this one. I'm gonna put it at great because obviously, like, it's not perfect. There are certain elements I didn't like. But the comedy is really good. The dub is really good. Darling in the Franxx. Someone said this is their favorite. Other people said that they hate this. This was a really popular show that just I kind of missed. And apparently it started out good and then just kind of crashed, so haven't watched. Next is Love, Chunibyo, and Other Delusions. I skipped over this for the same reason I said earlier with K-On! With how, oh, cute girls doing cute things, not into that. And this was before I decided Kyoto Animation was my favorite non-Ghibli studio. So if I had been first presented this show now, I would watch it without a doubt just because it's Kyoto Animation. And we have come to the final pick. When you ask someone, what's your favorite anime? The one anime that's on everybody's minds is Cory in the House. That is the epitome of animation. That is the top tier of all top tiers. But in actuality, I have not watched it. I have not watched the actual Cory in the House. I'm a fraud. We're done. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. Thank you to everyone who submitted. Stick around for a few more seconds because I actually have an important announcement. But yeah, this has been me, and these are fake glasses.
どうせお坊ちゃんのおすましクラシックやろこれください